Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel Nursery to Varsity. In this video, we are going to learn about the foundational commands used in Git. First, we will see how to initialize a new Git repositories and how to set up Git with an existing project. Then we will discuss about the different states of a file in Git. After that, we will add and commit our changes to our local Git repository using the command line, and then we will see the inner working of a repository. So, without wasting much time, let's begin with our first topic, initialization. In the last video, we finished the installation process of Git Bash in our systems. To open Git Bash, right-click on your screen and choose the Git Bash option. The Git Bash terminal will prompt on your screen. Now, before starting with the initialization process, we have to set our account's default identity. For that, we will use the command git config --global user.email and our email address. And then we will set our default global username by using the command git config --global user.name and then your username. Now we are done with setting up the default identity. So let's create a folder on our desktop where we can place all our project files. We will use the command mkdir, which stands for make directory, for creating our folder. You can use any method for creating the folders. I will name the folder as projects. Now, after creating the folder, let's navigate into the folder. We will do so by using the cd command, which stands for change directory. We have to give the path of the folder we created here. Now, as you can see, we are in the projects folder. Now, let's initialize a new Git project. For that, we are going to use the command git init and then the name of our project. Let's say demo. So you can see the message prompted on the Git Bash, initialized empty Git repository in C users Nursery to Varsity desktop projects demo. Basically, it is the path of our working directory. Now, let's navigate inside that folder. As soon as we enter the demo folder, you can see that master is written here. This shows that we are inside a folder that is tracked by Git and we are currently on the master branch. So, we are done with initializing a new Git repository here. Now let's see how you can use Git Bash to initialize your already existing projects. I have already created a folder and added some files in it without initializing it to make it look like an existing project. Now for initializing it, we have to open Git Bash here. You can also use the cd command to come here using the Git Bash. To initialize this project, we have to write only one command, that is git init. And we are done. See how easy it is even using the command line. It is now initialized as a Git repository. As you can see, master is written over here. You can use this method to initialize all your existing projects. Now let's move on to our next topic and learn about the different states of a file in Git. In Git, every file and folder will be in any of the three local states. The first one is working directory. As I also mentioned earlier, working directory contains all our folders and files which may or may not be tracked by the Git. The third state is the Git repository where all our committed changes are present. Between these two states, there is our second state called staging area where all the files and folders that are ready to be committed and go to our Git repositories are present. This area is present here so that each file goes through double verification before being sent to the Git repository. Now, there is a fourth state where our files could be present. That is our remote repository. As we already know, it is an online repository present on any online repository hosting services like GitHub. So, this is all about the different states of our files. Let's move on to our next topic and see how we can add files to the staging area. To see how to add files in the staging area, we will use the demo repository we created earlier in this course. So let's create some new files in the demo repository. We will use the Git Bash to add some new files to it. You can use any method you want to create the files. So let's begin. For creating a new file, I will use my Notepad text editor and I will name the file as readme.md. MD stands for Markdown and it is a very popular file format on Git for readme files. Now I will add some contents to this file and save it and then close. Our file is created now. Now to check the status, we will write the command git status and see what information we get here. It tells us about there is no commits on our master branch yet and there are untracked files present in our repositories. The name of the file is readme.md. Now to add this file to the staging area, we can use the command git add and the file name. This will move these files from working directory to the staging area. See, the color of the file now is changed and it is written changes to be committed. It is Git's way of saying that our changes are ready to be committed. Now what we will do if we have to add multiple files to the staging area, we cannot type name of each and every file. We have a shortcut for that. But it have one condition. All the files in the working directory will be added to the staging area. Let's see how we can do it. So first, let's create some more files in our demo repository and then we will see how we can do it. So let's open our demo repository and we are done. So now let's check the status. See, we have multiple untracked files. To add all these files in a single command, we have to write the command git add and dot. So congratulations, we are done adding files to the staging area. So let's move on to our next topic and see how to commit these changes. For this, we just have to write one single command and that is git commit -m and then our commit message in this code. This -m is here to instruct the Git Bash that within the codes our commit message is present. There are also some other ways of adding a commit message. I will show them to you later in this course. Now let's see what is the information provided by Git Bash to us. It shows us here on the master branch there is a commit. This is the commit ID and this is the commit message. And these are the files created. Now let's again check the status of our working directory. Using the git status command. See, we have a clean working directory with no files and no changes to commit. This is how we can commit our files. Our next topic is inner working of repositories. Do you guys remember this? In my previous videos, I told you about the inner structure of a repository, that it is divided into two parts. One is workspace and another is a .git folder, which is our actual Git repository. Now I am going to prove my point. So let's begin. I am in the demo folder which we created. To see the list of all files and folders present in this repository, we can use the command ls-al. The -al here stands for all the files. It will list all the files present in the folder, including the hidden files. So here is our .git folder. Now I am going to delete this using the command rm-rf and the file name, that is .git. The rm-rf command is used for forceful and recursive deletion of the folder or the file specified. As soon as the delete operation is completed, you can see that the master is no more written here, showing that we are not in a Git repositories. Let's verify our point again using the command git status here and see what Git Bash has returned, not a Git repository. And I proved my point. This is all for today's lecture. Hope you have enjoyed this tutorial, and if you have any queries, you can either comment in the comment box or mail us at nerd2ver@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn and Instagram. You can see the links here. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.